I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to play hardball with China. I'm going to play hardball with you, President Xi. No. We're going to be very nice. They're going to be very nice.
But China's response to the United States wasn't quite as nice.
Saying they want to reach an agreement with China while continuing to apply maximum pressure is not the right way to deal with China, and it will not work.
This orange guy has kicked off wars with many countries, raising tariffs, and so forth. And Caribbean leaders have responded, many boldly. I've heard some say that they don't care if they lose their visa. They don't care to go back to the US. And this was in defense to accusation about Caribbean nations involving themselves with illegal activity surrounding workers of Cuba. And even though they stood strong, there were also some pleading happening. There were also some begging. There were also some reminders to Mr. Trump that, hey, the Caribbean and the US have a history. Please take it easy on us. There was some pleading. It was from a position of weakness, no knock on us in the Caribbean. But we are in a position of weakness. This is a reminder to us, and this should wake us up, especially the vanguard, and say, hey, we got to do something about this. Because we are the united or divided. We are the divided nations of the Caribbean. We are not really united. Sure, there's a CARICOM, but the people are divided. We have all these cultural wars and competition all the time. Who has the best food and so forth. And yes, we do come together at times to have a good time. But the vanguards, we are the ones who are going to come together and make things happen for real. Now, this orange fellow, he tried to flex on the Chinese by raising the tariffs tax to 145%. And the Chinese responded with strength. Not only the government, but the people themselves were united. They were like bees, honeybees, killer bees. They bonded together and they started exposing the craziness that's happening. And us in the Caribbean should be sitting back and learning from that. There's strength in unity. Those people, you can't infiltrate them like that and make them divide themselves or separate themselves. They are proud of who they are. And you have to respect that. The thing we should learn from this with certain people is that it don't matter how much time passes. It don't matter how much or how long. Whenever they feel the need to flex on you, whenever they feel they need more, they're going to try to take it from you. And strength only respects strength. You're not going to roll up in certain countries the way you would in other countries. A lion will not just run up on a tiger the way it would run up on a giraffe, and vice versa. A tiger will not simply run up on a lion the way it would run up on a cow. But besides all that, with all the craziness happening, us vanguards should be taking this opportunity to make our moves. We should be taking this opportunity to connect with each other across national boundaries throughout the Caribbean so that we are strategically located throughout the world. Because we have never been given back what was stolen. So we have to go after it. We have to go for it. It is there for our taking. Nobody will voluntarily give us anything. The Treasury Secretary, Scott Bessent, asserted in a speech Tuesday that the ongoing tariff dispute between China is unsustainable. But guess what? The Chinese are not falling for it. Because even though Trump went and had discussion or engagement with places such as India, South Korea, Japan, the European Union, Canada, and Mexico, he still showed no sign of retreat until recently, where he talked about he's not going to try to be a bully against China, but the Chinese are not falling for it. Another thing I saw happening in the Caribbean with all the tariffs and people getting threatened to be shipped home was everyone started turning to God. Everyone became religious, as is always the case. Start hearing music about God. Everyone praying, saying God is in control. But you know what the Chinese did? They said, look what? God has put us in control. God is standing behind us. Our God is standing behind us. We are in control and we are coming up against you. They didn't step out of the way and say, God, have it. They didn't fall back and start praying and saying God has everything in control. No, that is a coward move that many of us do. And the other side knows it as well. They don't respect it. That is why they come in and destroy, and then they end up changing the faces. And they keep what they stole and they say, hey, forgive us, let's move on. That was back in the past. But guess what? We're going to keep everything we stole from you. Are you going to work for us? You're going to borrow from us. Just work hard and you will be like us one day, knowing that you will never get to their level. So yes, we got to pray. We got to believe in our gods, but we have to understand that we are just as great as everyone else. And if we look around and see that everyone else is doing better than us, that they are the lenders and we are the borrowers, that they are united, that they have armies, they have banks, they own islands and continents and everything. They own factories and hotels and cruise ships. Then we have to look at ourselves and ask ourselves, what are we doing wrong?